Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. You guys already know why we are here. First and foremost, mic check. Y'all can hear me good? DeWanna Bonner. No longer interested in returning to Indiana. Writing was on the wall? I would say so. But that's what we're going to be discussing today. If you guys are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video. We're basically just going to be reviewing all of the news articles that came out, potential trades, what happens if she's waived, and then just potential landing spots. I'll get your guys' comments in the chat if you guys want to leave them there. But let's start it off. So obviously the first to report it was Annie I hope I say your last name right. I'm sorry. Costabile? From Chicago Sun-Times, basically saying that multiple sources have confirmed DeWanna Bonner is no longer interested in returning to Indiana Fever. We already all speculated it. She was out for personal reasons. She ended up losing her starting spot. We were seeing the pattern. We've been talking about it for a couple weeks, right? So with all that said, though, so Bonner did sign a 1-year unprotected contract. So we have to keep that in mind. So right now her contract is $200,000, but like I said, it is unprotected. So they have a couple of options. She did start 3 games this season before being benched for Lexi Hull. We all knew that. But because of that, because she's only been with the team for like 13 games, I think it is, they're going to prorate her basically contract if they decide to waive her. So unprotected, like they don't have to, she's only guaranteed the money that she was actually on the team's roster for. Now, if she had stayed for, I believe it's half the season, then she would be guaranteed all the money. So obviously they'll be cutting her or trading her before that period, right? I will say though, it was reported that the fit was off in the beginning. Now, I know we were also saying that. When Bonner signed, I think what we thought was Bonner knew her role going in was to take a back seat. But the reports all say that she was expected to start. So, that's intriguing. And Megan made a good point. We were talking about it today. Stephanie White was her coach in Connecticut. They have a relationship. It's not like Stephanie White, was going to lie to her. She trusted what Stephanie White was going to say. And if her understanding was, I'm going to start here, and then you're benched after 3 games. Obviously, DeWanna had a tough adjustment period, I guess, with Indiana, right? We were all talking about it. She wasn't scoring as much. She wasn't able to take as many shots as she was in Connecticut, which we all said was basically going to happen, right? So with that said, an unprotected contract, for those of you that don't know, basically players on these deals can be waived at any time and are only owed the prorated salary for the time they were on the roster. These contracts become fully guaranteed after the midway point of the regular season. So if Indiana is going to waive Bonner, they need to do it soon. Basically, right? How are salaries prorated? So they did give a good example. Shout out to Her Hoop Stats. Basically, WNBA salaries are based on the number of calendar days of players under contract during the regular season, not games played. So, for example, if a season is 107 days long and a player is under contract for 30 days, they earn about 28% of their annual salary. So, do they waiver? I think it's going to be tough. So basically, another reporter, Chloe Peterson for Indianapolis Star, basically said Bonner has earned around $60,000 through 13 games. If Indiana waives her, they'll clear about $140,000 in cap space. Trading Bonner, I think, becomes difficult because she comes with a lot of money. Teams have to have a lot of cap space to take her on, right? They would have to package a lot of players. I mean, because ideally you're probably not going to be trading your top dollar star for DeWanna Bonner. So you're going to have to trade a lot of, smaller contracts for Bonner if that's even a possibility, right? So for example, the Phoenix Mercury, or let's start with Atlanta. Atlanta's cap space, they only have $23,000 right now. So if Atlanta wanted to trade for Bonner, they would have to, oh my God, they would have to get rid of a lot of contracts to just clear cap space. So I just don't think Atlanta is the ideal spot. Same position for Phoenix though. They have a little bit more room, $83,000, but it's still not enough if they were to trade. Now, if I think this is the most realistic scenario, they waive Bonner. Bonner clears waivers and then signs a vet minimum of $78,000 approximately. That would be a perfect fit for Phoenix, right? Because Phoenix cap space is $83,000. They wouldn't have to make any other moves, and they get Bonner. I think that's the ideal scenario, waiving her. Obviously, Indiana only benefits by getting more cap space. Like I said, $140,000 in cap space. They don't get any assets for her. But, I mean, they can make some additional moves, add some additional players. Atlanta, on the other hand, obviously Atlanta's doing good right now. Looking at their roster, I don't know. I think they're fine without Bonner. I mean, I'll ask the chat. What do you guys think about Bonner going to Atlanta? I think Phoenix is a good fit. You know, we had talked about previously preseason, we were concerned about Phoenix depth, but they overcome adversity. Their depth's fine. But just adding another veteran presence for Phoenix could be beneficial. And they, like I said, if she's waived, she can sign a vet minimum and they wouldn't have to do much, right? Atlanta, on the other hand, gotta do a lot more. So I don't think Atlanta is too realistic. Obviously, I can see why she prefers these two destinations. These two teams are hot right now. A New York or Minnesota, obviously, is probably not in the interest of Bonner. So the next two best teams, bang, bang. I can see it. You said Atlanta's fine. She's going to Mercury. I think everyone is like assuming she's going to Phoenix because Alyssa Thomas is there. I know Alyssa Thomas was interviewed about it. No comment, obviously. So, yeah, crazy. So, like I said, I think the most realistic scenario is she's waived. She clears waivers she picked up. Any other, Phoenix is obviously the best landing spot for DeWanna. She's going to be with, Alyssa Thomas. Phoenix doesn't have to do a lot of moves. They have enough cap space. They're in the playoff mix. Atlanta, on the other hand, younger team. They would benefit from her leadership. Even though that was the role she was supposed to play on Indiana and it didn't work. So I'm curious to see what happens. There is one team in mind that you guys are going to be like, are you sure? Are you kidding me? But I want to hear, what other teams do you guys think could be a potential landing spot for DeWanna? Who could need a DeWanna Bonner right now? Because the team I'm thinking about, and I know Meg's listening in the background, it's the Las Vegas Aces. They need depth. They need depth. They need forward depth. That is a great spot for DeWanna Bonner. I'm serious. Like, I'm serious. Megan, I know you're listening. Do you agree? She doesn't think she's going to be a good fit. But Vegas needs depth in the forward category. I think it's an interesting take. They just need something else. I don't know. It's an idea. Megan, you said Dallas? Why Dallas? They just got Leroux. They just gave up stuff for Leroux. They're not trading for DeWanna Bonner. I don't think Dallas is going to be in the mix. She would be helpful to any team, I would say. You say the Sparks? Did someone say the Sparks? No. Let me reread your thing. I wouldn't trust signing for leadership after she's been doing something like this. Okay, valid. Of everyone else, Sparks. Wait, are you saying Sparks is a good landing spot? Wait. Yeah, clarify. It depends if she's washed or not. We don't know. We only got to see her play like what, 5 games? It wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot of games. And I don't think that system fit her. Like I think everyone speculated that it was going to be a lesser role. She's going back to Phoenix. I think that is just the solid answer. She's going to Phoenix. I don't think Phoenix is going to trade for her, though. I really think it's going to end up she's going to be waived. Sparks because we're dying out here. We're literally losing all of our players' injuries. Yeah, but you guys need guards. I don't think you need any more bigs. No more bigs. All right, Eric, hear me out. 3-way trade, Bonner to Phoenix, Hell to Washington, and Aaliyah Edwards to Fever. You just want Aaliyah Edwards out of Washington. that's what that's from. MK said, "What?" No, yeah, the Fever. She shouldn't go. Aaliyah Edwards shouldn't go to the Fever. She'll just get. She needs to somewhere where they don't have no bigs. No bigs. Okay. MK, why didn't she stay in Connecticut? She would have all the minutes she wants. I know. I just think, like, after, Stephanie White left, I think they knew it was, like, time to disband. Like, all of the starters left. We had talked about it. So it's kind of just like, she just wanted to peace out, too. But I just assumed she was going to go wherever Alyssa Thomas went.
Well, you think about it, too. The Fever's a good team to go to.
The Fever...
They were up and coming, like, out in Connecticut falling apart. I would want out. She's older in her career. She probably wants to go somewhere where it's competitive to win.
I like how Megan's yelling at me behind here, but didn't want to join this live. Megan basically... Megan said on paper it was good to join the Fever because she's older, try and get another championship, and she didn't want to rebuild with Connecticut. To answer that. Aaliyah Edwards is nice, just recovered from injury. Yeah. It's a interesting topic. I mean, like I said, I think we all speculated she was not going to be coming back to Indiana. Obviously, we don't want to speculate what really went on. It could be playing time. It could really just be personal. Just like Indiana wasn't the vibe outside of, playing basketball. There's just so many things that could have happened, and I don't want there to be any negative light on DeWanna Bonner. It's just, where is she going next? Because I think wherever she goes, she's going to impact the team positively. See? Monique said, come on, Megan. See what I'm talking about? Yeah, she bailed. No, she got home late. But yeah, so like I said, DeWanna Bonner, just to recap, on an unprotected contract. So basically, Fever waiving her benefits them. They'll have $140,000 in cap space that will, they'll get once they waive Bonner. If they want to do the trade, which I don't think is going to be likely. I mean, her contract's just too big, and teams would have to give up. Or cut players on their own teams. So I really think likely it is waiving DeWanna Bonner. If a trade happens, I'm curious to see who calls DeWanna's agent. Eric said Fever are short on bigs now, off the bench at least. Yeah, but you don't want her to get lost in the sauce again. She's already lost in the sauce in Washington. She needs to go somewhere else. So yeah, if Bonner's waived, like I said, signs a vet minimum around 78,000. Phoenix has enough cap space for that. Atlanta does not. You guys, let me look up the Aces cap space, because I really want you guys to ponder that idea. They have no bigs. All their bigs are hurt. Okay, let me go. Let me look this up, because I really think. You guys know they lack depth. They don't have the depth. This could be crazy. I doubt it's going to happen, but it's a fun idea to throw around, Bonner isn't enough to save the Aces. Meg, you could have just said that. In here, why are you in the chat? That's crazy. Yeah, Aces have negative $77,000 in cap space, so that's going to be a fat no. But we can cut some slim pickings right here. We can cut some of these contracts. No. But it was a good idea. A team that really needs depth, that's still competitive, that Bonner could compete in. Could compete on. I mean, what are your guys' opinions on it in the chat? Megan, I really can't believe you said Dallas. Why Dallas? Did you say why?
They need another score, and especially with 3 to spread the floor, get attention off Paige and Enrique.
I guess. She said basically to get attention off of Paige and Enrique, someone that can stretch the floor. Yeah, that's rough. A is destined for the expansion draft. Yes, she is. Oh, that would be good because the tempo. But who else is in the? What's the other one? Portland. Oh, she might get stolen. Yeah, she's probably going to be selected to one of the expansion teams. Look at Megan making sense. You got supporters in the chat. Just know that she didn't want to put her face on this live though. That's crazy. So yeah, but basically I just wanted to break that down to you guys because there were so many different articles and who has time to read all those articles? So I wanted to break it down for you guys. It's an interesting, like I said, I hope DeWanna Bonner's doing okay. She's a great player. She's going to be a good player for any team that picks her up. Likely destination Phoenix. But yeah. Such a bummer. It's really a bummer for DeWanna. Did you say Bonner for Pow Pow? The chat? Oh, Eric said Bonner for Pow Pow. That's crazy. But I mean, Bonner for Bree Jones? No, Atlanta would really have to give up like some stuff for Bonner, which I don't think they're going to do. Like I think they have a solid team. They don't need to make all that kind of move. MK said, if she wants to win, then she might have to take a back seat. If she wants minutes, then the team can't compete.
She obviously wants minutes over winning because, Fever's doing average.
Yeah. Dallas is a good team. Megan should have been on the pod. You just have all these good ideas, these good takes. Why does no one like the Aces take? Bonner for Alyssa. That would be... That would be intriguing for sure. Let's look at Dallas's.
She'll be back with her daughter, Dejanay.
Let's look at Dallas's. Dallas doesn't have any cap space either. They'd have to make heck of cuts. They would have to. Oh my god, I'm looking at it now. They'd have to trade.
Hey, all right, fine. Valkyrie will take her.
Ooh, Valkyrie. Oh, Valkyrie. What's your cap space? Yeah, Dallas. Dallas has so many people hurt, so many people overseas, people they're not using. They would have to make some cuts. They could maybe make it happen. Dang, that would be wild. She's not going to Dallas, guys. There's no way she's going to a. What are they 3 and?
What's the cap space?
Oh, Valkyrie. What do you guys think about Valkyrie? That's Megan's next destination. Valkyrie, Valkyrie have $141,000 in cap space.
Come on down.
DeWanna Bonner to the Golden State Valkyrie?
We'll give them Talbot.
You guys wouldn't even need to trade. You guys haven't, I mean, first off though, you guys have so many bigs. Like how would that work out for you guys?
They want to be a three-pointer team. Who cares? She shoots the 3. She fits right in. You can jack them up with the rest of them.
That would be insane.
I would go ahead and give them Talbot.
Talbot would not be enough for DeWanna Bonner. You think Indiana's like, yeah, I want Talbot for DeWanna Bonner.
They don't want Bonner, so what did they care?
They want the cap space probably more than Talbot. They would have.
In that case, waiver, so we can just pick her up.
Yeah, exactly. What's the waiver priority? Now that's another question. Look at this healthy discourse of all the things that could happen. You said DeWanna Bonner for Diana Taurasi. That's crazy.
One more year.
I'm trying to look up the waiver order. Is it gonna tell me? It's not gonna tell me. Lame. If anyone can find it, let me know. It's not gonna tell me. Lame. Well, anyways, she's probably going to clear waivers. Oh, my gosh. But what an insane. Bonner, she's off. She's off. But, I mean, we were saying it. We didn't like... I mean, I didn't personally like the signing to Indiana. Meg, did you initially like the signing to Indiana in the first place?
No, I didn't know how it was going to work.
Meg said she didn't know how it was going to work.
So I thought maybe she stretched the floor for Caitlyn.
Does Bonner even fit on the Valkyries? I mean, because all these people are overseas, kinda. Like, I'm looking at their roster, and it's like, they could use a little depth right at this moment. But when everyone comes back, like Salon, Temi, Xanda Lassini, like, there's just too many big. I feel like they have Leticia be here now. I don't know. Meg said she shoots threes, and that's the team they want to have. The Valks? Is that what you're referring to? I get that, but I don't know if it'd be a good fit. I like your guys' vibe right now. I don't know if she would vibe with that vibe.
To be real, she's really she's a small forward, like a stretch big.
Yeah, she's a stretch big, yeah. She could be like a 3-4. Not a 3.
She don't bang down low.
She's big, though.
To be a 4, you gotta be able to bang down low. That's not her.
Okay, whatever. All right, guys. Well, like I said, I just wanted to hop on here and break that stuff down to you guys regarding Indiana's cap space, DeWanna's contract, unprotected. So, I mean, it's not really a lose-lose for Indiana. They'll gain cap space, but obviously lose out on assets. I mean, not assets, but the potential of getting, like, an asset from a trade if they don't trade Bonner. And then they only owed Bonner, I think it was approximately $60,000. So it is what it is. It wasn't working. Now Indiana can go and find someone else. Arie McDonald, welcome back. If they waive Bonner, they're going to have $140,000. They'll have enough to get Arie and probably someone else. Arie McDonald, we want you back. We want to see you back. But if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Like this video. Join our Discord if you want. We like to chat in there every single day. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I wanted to squeeze it in before halftime. I know the games are back, so I'll let you guys get back to those. And I'll talk with you guys soon. Peace out, guys.